The Case of the Vanishing Water Bottle. The afternoon sun, warm and golden, cast long shadows as Sterling and Turner trudged along the familiar sidewalk. The big yellow school bus had just rumbled away, leaving behind the scent of exhaust and the happy shouts of other kids heading home. Sterling, as usual, had his collection bag slung over his shoulder, his eyes scanning the ground for any interesting pebbles or fallen leaves. Turner, a few steps ahead, was attempting to balance his bright red water bottle on his head, humming a loud, off-key tune. "Turner, you're going to drop that," Sterling warned, his voice a mix of concern and practiced annoyance. "And then Mom will say, 'I know. That's your favorite water bottle, Turner. You need to be more careful.'" Turner mimicked in a high-pitched voice, wobbling dramatically before snatching the bottle with a grin. "See? Expert negotiator and expert balancer!" Suddenly, a flash of purple zipped out from Mrs. Henderson's prize-winning rose bushes. It was small, quick, and before either boy could react, Turner's beloved red water bottle was snatched right out of his hand. "Hey!" Turner yelled, his laughter dying in his throat. The purple blur, now perched on the branch of a nearby oak tree, was a small Pokémon with a mischievous grin and a long, prehensile tail ending in a three-fingered hand. It held Turner's water bottle triumphantly. "An Aipom," Sterling breathed, his eyes wide with a mix of excitement and his usual caution. He'd read all about Aipom in his Pokémon books. They were known for being playful, but sometimes their idea of fun was a bit much. This one certainly looked like it was ready for some fun. Aipom chattered, waving the water bottle teasingly. Turner, never one to back down from a challenge, especially when his favorite things were involved, puffed out his chest. "Give that back, you purple monkey!" Aipom just giggled a high-pitched sound, and then with surprising aim, it squirted a jet of water from the bottle right at Turner. "Gah," Turner sputtered, wiping water from his face. Sterling couldn't help a small chuckle, even though he knew he shouldn't encourage Turner's impulsiveness. Okay, Aipom," Sterling said, trying to sound calm and reasonable like the Pokémon trainers he admired on TV. "That's Turner's favorite water bottle. Can we please have it back?" Aipom tilted its head, then pointed its tail hand at Sterling's collection bag. It chattered again, its eyes gleaming. I think it wants to trade," Sterling realized. He clutched his bag protectively. But what would it want from in here? Turner, meanwhile, was trying to scramble up the tree. "I'll get it! I'm a good climber!" The lowest branch, however, was just out of his reach. He jumped and flailed, much to Aipom's amusement. "Turner, wait!" Sterling said, an idea forming. "Aipom are known to like shiny things. Remember that weird, sparkly rock I found last week? The one you said looked like alien glitter?" Turner paused his assault on the tree. "Yeah? The one you wouldn't let me touch?" Sterling rummaged in his bag, carefully pulling out a fairly ordinary-looking gray rock, but one side of it was covered in tiny, glittering crystals that shone brilliantly in the sunlight. He held it up. "How about this, Aipom?" "It's super shiny." Aipom's eyes locked onto the sparkling rock. It chattered excitedly, its tail twitching. It looked from the rock to the water bottle, then back to the rock. Slowly, it lowered the water bottle with its tail, placing it gently on a lower branch, then pointed eagerly at the glittery prize in Sterling's hand. "Okay," Sterling said, carefully placing the rock on the ground near the base of the tree. "You can have the rock if you give Turner back his water bottle." Aipom scampered down the tree trunk in a flash, snatched up the sparkly rock, and examined it with delight, turning it over and over in its little handtail. It then gestured with its head towards the water bottle still on the branch. Turner, not waiting for a second invitation, quickly retrieved his water bottle, hugging it to his chest. "Ha! Got it!" Aipom, seemingly satisfied with its trade, gave a happy chatter, did a little flip, and then, with another mischievous grin, darted back into Mrs. Henderson's roses, the sparkly rock clutched tightly. Well, Serling said, letting out a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. That was an adventure. Turner took a long swig from his water bottle. That Aipom was tricky, but I think it was just playing, and that rock was pretty cool, Sterling. Sterling smiled. Yeah, it was. Maybe we'll see it again. He looked towards the rose bushes. And maybe next time it'll try to trade for one of your shoes, Turner. Turner gasped, clutching his light-up sneakers. No way! These are my favorites! The brothers continued their walk home, the setting sun painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, just like the mischievous Aipom. They had a new story to tell, and Sterling had a feeling their walks home from the bus stop might just have gotten a lot more interesting. He even thought that maybe, just maybe, he wouldn't mind another encounter with a playful Pokémon, as long as it kept its hands or tail off his own collection. As for Turner, he was already planning what shiny thing he could bring tomorrow, just in case their new purple friend was waiting. The end.